Okay, so this is, let me make sure that's okay. Yep, this is how to get to your My Maps of Google Maps and then start creating your own journey. Okay, so what I want to do is go to, you can either go up in the URL or go to the Google search bar and type in My Maps Google, and there you see it there. And it's right there, My Maps Google. And of course, I'm logged into my GeoComets account, so you can see you will be too. And these are some maps from the past. I don't even think three of these are mine. This is one that I've started, but I want to show you what I'd like you to have you accomplish for today. So you're going to create a new map, and there's the U.S. The whole world is in here. First, you want to title it. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to call it, as you should, for this assignment, Charlotte, there we go, Doyle's Journey. Okay, now that's the title, and then the description will be Charlotte Doyle's, I'm going to call it trip to her home in Providence, Rhode Island, USA, from Liverpool. You could put England, or you could abbreviate and put UK. UK stands for the United Kingdom, which is where England is. So there's my description. Boom. Now, I'm going to start adding a couple things. First of all, I need to find where she left and where she's going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in Liverpool. I mean, you could look for it as well. Liverpool, and you can see it already popped up right down here. Liverpool, UK, United Kingdom. I don't want this box. So here's Liverpool. The way to zoom in and zoom out would be not to double click, but you can either use the plus and negative sign, or you could use your fingers, 2 fingers on the touchpad. This is, when I go down, I zoom in. When I go up, I zoom out. Okay? So there's Liverpool. Now that I found it, I don't need this marker. So I want to get rid of that. And now I want to add my own marker. So this is my little toolbar. And if I click on the add marker, wherever I click next, you see the crosshair? It's going to put the marker. So I want to zoom in a little bit. And let's see if I can get specific. Because it's going to be obviously by the waterfront. There's Royal Albert Dock, Liverpool. So a dock is where boats come in and out, right? So I'll say that this is where she boarded the Seahawk. So I'm going to click. It puts in my marker, but I need to name it. So I'm going to put, let's see. Well, I don't want that shouldn't be the title. Seahawk. That's the name of the ship. Remember the brig, that type of ship she's sailing on, departs for America. And I'll put in the notes where Charlotte first got on the Seahawk. And you can use the exact same description if you like, but you should have the title of your marker and a little note telling, well, what is this marker? What does it represent, right? Save. Okay, now notice it adds these things to your journey. Actually, I want to name this layer. I'm just going to call it Charlotte's Journey. Keep it short. Good. Now that layer is named. And then you can put points, and it's all part of that layer. So now that I've added the marker, I'm going to click, let that go. The marker stays. I'm going to zoom out, because I think I can find Providence, Rhode Island all by myself. It's more fun than just typing it in. I'm going to zoom out. And remember, Liverpool is in England. So there's the United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom is a little more than just England, because it's also Wales and Scotland to the north, that is. But I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit more. And now you can see a big world view, and you see the United States over here. So I want to zoom in. Now Rhode Island is in the northeast. It's on the water. Up, and there it is right there. I can actually see Providence, because Providence is that's right, the capital. So I'm going to zoom into Providence and kind of guess where they would have landed. So they probably came in from the ocean through here, made it up some waterways, and then into Providence. So let me go a little further, see if we can find something that looks like a dock. Oh, I think I did. Or a harbor. And I think that's what this is, because these are piers or docks where ships would come in and unload. Now, I don't know if this is exactly where they would have landed, but I'm going to go ahead and say yes. I'm going to add a marker. Let's say right here. And I'm going to put Seahawk, oopsies, arrives in America. And then as a note, where, no. Providence, be specific, right? Providence, I'm going to abbreviate Rhode Island. The abbreviation is 2 letters, R-I. Providence, Rhode Island, where Charlotte and the Seahawk crew finally arrived in the States. I could use United States, I could use US, USA, I could use America, but I'll use the States. So that's my note. Okay, now, and I'll get rid of the description, notice it adds, each time you put a marker, it adds that and the note. Now I'm going to zoom out again, whoopsies. And notice the marker kind of gets bigger the more you zoom out. The idea is that way you can see where it is in relation to other things. For example, we'll keep going. Get more of a world view, not quite. There. Now I can see this is Liverpool where she left. This is Providence, Rhode Island where she landed, where she arrived, right? So that's where she departed. Well, she actually departed from Liverpool. She arrived. Oh, what do they call that? Disembarked. Disembarked means get off the boat. Okay, so you can see from here to here. Now we're going to try something. It won't be exact, but we're going to try and do the distance or the route. So there's 2 things we'll do. One is we're going to put a line there. And you're going to have to navigate because you can't crash the Seahawk. It's kind of like a little game. So I'm going to zoom in even a little bit more because I can always zoom out when I need to. Right about there. So this guy, draw a line, add line, I'm just going to do add line or shape. Gives me a crosshair. I'm starting at my marker. I'm going to have the ship go out about there. And once you click, it puts a corner on it, a vertex. And then keep it moving out here, because I had to make it around that little piece of land there, right? Otherwise I'd go aground. And the Seahawk would never have left England. And then I'll go down maybe about here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay. Looks like I'm clear of land. Kind of close though there, so I'll come out about there. I don't want to get too close to a shoreline, so I'll come right about there. Click. I put another elbow on it, and then I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I can see my marker in Providence, and you can see how it arcs. That's because of the arc, because the world isn't flat. You don't just go straight across it. There is a curvature to the earth. So I can't do this because I'll crash into Nova Scotia. So what I'll do is I'll have it come a little bit south of Providence, put an elbow in, and then I can have it go right into my marker, Providence. Excellent. Now, am I still going? Yeah. If I click again, it now creates the line. Name the line. Seahawks. I can only spell Seahawk. Route across Atlantic Ocean, because that's the Atlantic Ocean that it's crossing. The pond, as some people call it. And for notes, you could just put the sailing route of the Seahawk heading to America. That's it. Boom. And click there. Last thing we'll do today is, and you can send me a link to this. I will let you figure that out. You're pretty good at that, though. I want to figure out the distance, approximately. So if I zoom in, once again, to, not Providence, but Liverpool. Where is it? There it is. The marker's a little bit above it. Can I move that? Yes, I can. There. So you can adjust it after you created your line. Oh, but look what happened. I ran into some land. Okay, I just cleared it. Got to be water all the way around it, otherwise you crash, and you can't do that. Okay, click on the ruler. That's measure distance. So I'm going to start approximately from here. It's straight lines. It won't curve with you. You see that? So I'm going to go to my elbows. And there. And then zoom out a little bit. Go to my next elbow. And there. And then it curves with the arc as the further across the earth you go. There, and then finally there. Did I click? Good. So that is my, notice it saved the line, but also it tells me how far that line is, approximately. So it's a 3,827 mile trip. That's a long trip. That's going to take some time. This is way before powerful ocean vessels, and definitely before planes. So it took quite a while, and that's one of the tasks you're going to have, is to figure out how long would that have taken on a ship in 1832 in the summer. But that is not yet for today. So that is how you create your map in mymaps.google.com, and it's saving it for you. Okay, you can see that. So if I, nope, I don't want to do it. You don't have to print it. What I want to do, embed on my site, that would be kind of cool. So now I want to share, enable public sharing, enable link sharing, excuse me. So I click it, turn it on, and then what I want to do is copy it. So link copied, and then I go ahead and paste it in Buzz. And that way I can see it. Okay? We're going to keep using this map as we go. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.